Of me, and we love Bijan Robinson from the Atlanta Falcons. What's up, Bijan? Good morning. How you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome. How you guys doing? Good to be back on the show with y'all.
We're doing great. You're always doing awesome. You got this vibe about you. They say aura. You just got this smile. I want to know, you're in training camp now, of course. You just had your first professional off season after a very long rookie year. What did you do? What was the highlight of Bijan's off season? Tell us.
Yeah. So first of all, I mean, it was a great off season. You know, I never had an off season be this long before. So, you know, I had some good time to just kind of relax, enjoy my family more than I'm used to, because in college, like, it's more so I see them a couple days, maybe a week, and then I got to go back to college. But, you know, I think I want to do a little bit of different more things. Like, I want to be a DJ. So I've been doing like DJ lessons this off season. I've been trying to like get into acting a little bit. So just do a couple little cameos here and there. But, you know, just trying to stay busy, trying to stay doing things, and just keep repping at those little things so I can, you know, just do more than just play football.
All right. Well, I'm supposed to ask you about Kirk Cousins, but I have to go off script because you're the one that brought up cameos and acting. What have you been in? Where are we going to see you? I know you mentioned this to us last year, but the fact that you keep bringing it up means something must be working for you. Are you going to appear in something on the silver screen?
Yes, I actually just appeared in something last week. It's this Disney Channel show called Bunked.
Okay.
I
like
on
Bunked.
the show last week.
Okay.
Yep.
That's great.
And I was like throughout the whole show, and then there's another thing that's coming out. It's a cool show on Netflix, but I gotta keep it quiet for a second. And then
It's called Stranger Things.
That's a tease. That's a tease.
Yeah.
Okay, quickly, Bijan, then. Your quarterback. First impressions are obviously important. I want to know what it's been like working with Kirk Cousins, coming from what you had in college versus your first year in the NFL, and working with someone with such a presence about him, both on the field, statistically, the kind of QB he's been on a couple different teams. What's the offense feeling right now?
Yeah, I mean, we all love Kirk. Like, he just came in with such a presence, and just such positivity, and wanting to be the best player that he can be, not just for himself, but, you know, for this whole entire offense. And, you know, for me, like, having a guy like him and having, you know, just his expertise and, you know, how many years he's been in the league, like, it really helps me out a lot, because when we're on the field and, you know, we might want to run something a little different, or he might want me to be in a different spot so he can get the ball there. Like, all that communication is something that I'm not used to. And, you know, I just really appreciate him a lot. And then obviously having a quarterback like him, you know, helps us in the run game a lot as well. And even just lining up in different spots and getting the ball from him in practice, like, you know, he places it perfect pretty much every time. So, like, it's definitely a good feeling having Kirk there, and just his leadership, and, you know, him even teaching me how to be a leader. It's pretty cool.
All right, so Bijan, so you're the young guy. I know Kirk Cousins very well, love the guy. So you got all the style and the swag. We've seen the viral videos of the chain. Do you have anything jewelry game for Kirk Cousins? Do you have something picked out from the jewelry store that you're going to lace him up with? Because, you know, if you put it on him, he'll wear it.
Yeah. So I'm not too big into the chains and stuff, but, you know, I wanna see if he can, like, you know, rock a nice little bracelet from me.
Oh, we're gonna get him on the bracelet game.
Very good.
You know, like a cool little friendship bracelet, something like that.
Hey, that's the way to do it right there. Like, get your quarterback to be your best friend. You know, speaking of relationships too, what about Raheem Morris? I mean, how are you feeling about being in this training camp under a new coach? Yeah,
so Raheem, I mean, man, like, that dude is one of the best dudes that I've ever met, just as a person. And, you know, he just brings so much positivity in the building every single day. And having him here and having to learn from him and all his experiences and, you know, all the different places he's been to, I think this is the perfect fit for him right here, just for this team, you know, being a little younger and, you know, having that fire. But he exudes it perfectly. And I think just our relationship building up from where when I first met him to now, it's been incredible, man. So, you know, I really appreciate Coach Morris for everything that he's been doing up to this point. And I know he's going to be, you know, successful here just for who he is as a person. And I know that God is going to protect him and make sure that he does what he needs to do. So, yeah, I appreciate Coach Morris a lot.
Bijan, I got 2 questions for you. The first one goes back to your cameo on Bunked. So I've got a 7-year-old son. He really likes the show. We talk a lot about Camp Kikiwaka up in Maine. What was your role on the show? Were you a counselor? Were you a guest appearance? Camp Kikiwaka, tell us about it.
Yeah, so I was actually so I actually played myself, but I had to act throughout the whole show episode. But I was actually there for a wedding on the show. And I was coming in from football, and I had to just go show up, make an appearance, and then try to be the saver of the wedding, kind of.
Nice.
But that was more of my role. But it was like really fun though, just like seeing the set, seeing Camp Kikiwaka, like seeing how they all operate in there. It was definitely a fun experience that I won't forget.
Can't wait to see it, and I'll be watching. Second one is back to this summer. I have a podcast called The Season with Peter Schrager. I had Zach Robinson, your offensive coordinator, your new offensive coordinator, on the show, and he said he was at a game where Oklahoma State, where he's an alum, played Texas, and you ran for about 150 and 3 touchdowns. And he said, that guy's good. Well, now he has you in his offense. And I said, if you were doing fantasy football, he's like, I do not do fantasy football. I said, well, if you were to do fantasy football, would you advise drafting Bijan first overall? And he just gave a smirk and was kind of like, yeah, I probably would. So how are you being used in the offense early on? And it's August, fantasy draft season. Would you make the case that you should be the first overall pick in fantasy drafts nationwide?
Yeah, so, I love this offense a lot, just because there's, he puts us all in the best situations possible. And, I just really enjoy, getting to talk to him every single day and, trying to find the best situation possible, whether it's running routes or whether it's running the football. And he takes all that information in and really, here's me, here's the players. He asks us questions. So he's always trying to learn every single day while he's trying to make, the best offense he can make in the NFL. But, for me with the fantasy, I love the fantasy players and I love them a lot. So I feel like I got to be humble in the situation. Like, obviously, I want you to take me number one, but
go ahead, man. Tell them who to take, man.
That's all I'll say on that. I'll say all that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Bijan, I'm going to try to get you to brag about something else. So every March, I take a week off from the show because I love football so much. But 1 week out of year, I get a different assignment, and I go work at CBS, and I cover March Madness. And I'm all in on basketball, and I'm loving it. And then I poke my head out of the sand, and I try to see who's got the right bracket going, who had a good touch on the NCAA tournament this year. Bijan Robinson makes headlines this past March because you had a perfect bracket coming out of the first weekend of the tournament. How did you figure this? Tell us how this unfolded.
Yeah, so it was actually super random. So the March Madness page, they just DM me, and I saw it, and they were like, "Hey Bijan, do you want to make a bracket? I think it'll be fun." And I was like, I don't really watch that much college basketball, but I can just wing it. So I made the bracket in 5 minutes, and I was just kind of guessing on, everybody who was going to win or not win. And then when they posted it, people were like, yeah, Bijan doesn't know ball. He just threw this bracket together for no reason. Get him out of here.
Always.
And I was like, yeah, pretty much. Y'all are right. And then after that first day, it was perfect. And people were losing their minds, this can't be, this can't be right. Then the second day, it kept on going for a little bit, and then ended. But just that whole 28 hours or 30 something hours, it was pretty insane. It was pretty insane.
I mean, you must have been kind of going by the way of the NFL because you had Oakland beating whoever they beat, and people couldn't even figure out where the fact that Oakland is a college in Michigan, you're probably the Raiders, whatever. I figured that must have been your logic.
I was Oakland, they made it, so I was this could be a cool upset.
Right. We love that for you. Did you play hoops in high school?
No, I didn't. I actually stopped in high school because I did a lot of 7-on-7 and stuff, but I kind of lost my touch in basketball, but it's all good. It's all good.
Now, you got that touch in football. What you need is more touches in football, and it sounds like we're going to be getting that this year. But before you go, Bijan, this is important. A lot of people out there watching today, let's say it's lunchtime for them, and they have like a ham sandwich, but it's a little dry, and maybe they could use some sort of condiment on it to make it a little bit more delicious. Is there anything you can recommend to those people?
Yeah. So, I have my mustard, Bijan Mustardson.
Oh, let's go.
It's actually the official mustard.
Mustardson.
Yep. It's actually the official mustard of the Atlanta Falcons now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is really cool. That's a big blessing right there. But yes, I think it's a very good mustard for people to enjoy, not just like with eating, but just taking a picture with it, smiling with it. That's the whole point of it. Just to have fun. But yeah, it's something that I think people will continue to enjoy and to like.
Hey, Bijan, you don't know this about me, man, but I love food, and I'm a foodie. They call me Snack Bar. Can you please send your boy some Bijan mustard, man? You know what I mean? Like, can you send that to me?
I'll make sure that it gets sent literally when I get up here.
Man, yes. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
No problem.
So this guy is the 8th overall pick. He is maybe the most talented running back in the NFL. He's at Camp Kikiwaka. He's doing a DJ thing, and he has his own mustard, and he's some sort of NCAA basketball savant, too.
Prodigy.
A prodigy. Bijan, you are incredible. One of the best personality player combos we have in this league right now. The future of the position of running back, too. You're the best, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Keep smiling, stay happy, but mostly stay angry on Sunday afternoons for the sake of Kyle Brandt. I'm so glad I get to reap the benefits of Snack Bar over here. When he asks for food, it's going to be sent to us. Snack Bar, exactly. Bijan, thank you. Coming up on